Good morning, everyone. By the time you see this video, by the time this video airs, I will be back from my vacation, and that is the last of my vacations for a little bit. So anyway, so you won't be missing a whole bunch of stuff. I'll be getting more videos out for you. And then something that somebody had asked me while I was on vacation, if I would give like affirmations that I use on like a regular basis. And I do have affirmations that I use on a regular basis. I continue to use them even today on my self-concept because I don't want weird other crap getting in my head. So anyway, I'm going to give some of those to you, and well, I'll give you the one that I use all the time, from the minute that I wake up, and then throughout the day, and then when I go to bed. And that is, I am living in my highest, best, and most abundant state. And because of that, everything in my reality is working out perfectly for my benefit, regardless of what the 3D circumstances are showing. That covers everything, folks. It covers everything. Because how much higher can you get than the highest? How much better can you get than the best? And how much more can you get from the most? You can't. Okay? So that covers everything. And then everything is working out perfectly in my reality for my benefit. That covers everything. It doesn't matter if it's a bad thing or if what we would consider a bad thing, what kind of meaning that we would give to it. It doesn't matter if it's a good thing. Everything is working out perfectly for my benefit. So that's the affirmation that I use all the time. Part of it came from, I can't remember where it came from, so I'm not going to take credit for that entire thing. And normally what I do is I will take affirmations. I will take different affirmations that I see, and you get them. I get affirmations from Joseph Murphy. I get affirmations from Emil QA, Every Day and Every Way. I'm getting better and better. He is actually, I believe, the father of the affirmation. That affirmation alone has helped thousands upon thousands upon thousands, if not millions of people. Just that one little affirmation. And so I get them from all over the place. And then what I do is I will then take them and I will combine different affirmations to fit into one bigger affirmation, because I use an affirmation to support another affirmation. And so it seems to work out really well for me. Now, for some people, it may not work out well. Some people like the really, really short ones, and some of those short ones that I use is, I am living in no, hang on a second. I've got a whole bunch of them running around in my head right now, and they're all trying to combine. See what I mean? Hang on one second. You know what? I'll get back to that. This. You know what? I'll make a video that is dealing with just affirmations and stuff. So, but in any event, what I wanted to cover today was the now moment. And I know if you go onto the Facebook page, it's a private Facebook page. It doesn't cost anything to get into it now. And even if it does change, those people that are in it already will be grandfathered in. But anyway, there are some videos in there that I do talk about the now moment, and we need to understand just how powerful the now moment is, folks. The now moment is absolutely everything. That's all there is. You only have now. You don't have the past because you can't go back to the past. And you don't have the future because you can't go to the future. You only have now. And when something that you thought of does happen, when does it happen? It happens now. It happens in your now. And if you go back and you think about something that happened in the past, when are you thinking about that? You're thinking about it now. And that's where Neville came from, his point of view, he came from, that said that you bring there, here, and then now. And that then doesn't matter if it's the past then or the future then. You bring there, here, and then now. That's the only way that you can affect your present and the future moment that's just around the corner. That's it. That's the only way. You can't impress it or affect it any other way. And we do this. My seat's getting hot. I'm gonna turn that down. We do this on a regular basis. We don't even realize that we're doing it. We do it on a regular basis. And so there's two things that we need to be aware of here. And sorry for that. I'm in my SUV, and it's got a big motor and a rumbly exhaust. So sorry if you can hear all that. But anyway. So you only have this now moment. And the key to the now moment is being aware of the now moment. In other words, you need to be aware of what you're thinking of, the conversations that you're having, and what you're saying in the now moment. Because what you're thinking about and the inner conversations that you're having and what you're talking about, those things are the things that manifest. That's how your life is designed. If you keep going around and saying, I never have enough money at the end of my, at the end of the week, then that's what's going to happen. And I don't have that intention, because I always have more than enough money for all of my needs and desires. That's one of my affirmations. So if you continue to do that, if you continue to go and talk about that kind of stuff, then it's no wonder that you, one, have the job that you have that doesn't supply you with enough money. Then it's no wonder that by the time your paycheck comes around, the payday comes around, that you're out of money already, and you were out of money 2 days ago. It's amazing what starts to happen when you are aware of this now moment, and that when those internal conversations come up and you recognize that they're there, you become aware of the fact that they're there, and then you change that conversation that you're having in your head to, no, wait a minute, God supplies all of my needs all the time. It's another affirmation I use. And I always have more than enough money to take care of all of my needs and my desires. And then this is another one that I've contracted together, because my wealth increases each and every day. If you change to those in this now moment, and you just loop those until you start to feel better about it, and regardless of what the 3D throws at you, if you get a bill and you don't have money to pay for that bill sitting in your bank, you look at that bill and you tell yourself, man, it's a good thing that God always supplies all of my needs and desires. And you keep saying that to yourself, and you go on about your business. But see, what happens is when we get a bill that we don't have the money for, then we sit there and we fret. One, we start to worry about it. Oh man, what's going to happen, and this and that and this and that. And you start thinking about what's going to happen when? In the future. So what have you done? You've brought a pretend future that's not, that who knows what's going to happen. You don't know. You have no clue what's going to happen from 1 second to the next. None. Really none. And regardless of what is shown on a piece of paper that could maybe happen, it doesn't necessarily mean that is what's going to happen. Okay? So you're sitting here worried about a possible future. Remember, we live in an infinite universe or matrix or a unified field, whatever word you want to call it. We live in an infinite field of potentiality. Okay? That's what we live in. We live in infinite potential. We are infinite potential. And as infinite potential, that means that if you can think about it, if you have an idea, if you have the slightest clue of something, of the possibility of something happening, that means that possibility exists. And if it exists, then that means that you can have it. Especially if you're thinking about it right now. So instead of worrying about whether or not something could happen, because it could happen, why don't you instead go to another possibility that could happen? Like, God supplies all my needs and desires. Give it a different meaning. Just because something says something on paper does not mean it's a fact. It doesn't mean it's true. You don't know what's going to happen from one moment to the next. And stop trying to figure out how. When you try to figure out how, you now putting your hands into the salad bowl that God doesn't want you to have your hands in that salad bowl. Let him take care of that. He's the one that's mixing that salad, not you. Your job was to simply think of the salad. That's it. That's all your job is. Your job is not to concern yourself with how that salad is going to be made. That's not your job. It's like you going to a restaurant and you saying, okay, I want a garden salad. You don't tell the waitress how to make that garden salad. You don't write down instructions for the cook back there in the back on how to make that garden salad. You looked at a picture and you get, okay, I want that salad. Great, coming up. They go back, put your order in, boom. You got yourself a garden salad, regardless of how it was made. Do you follow me? Do you see where I'm going with this? Okay? Because too many times we try to figure out how something is going to happen. We do it all the time. That's not our job. It's not our job to try and figure out how something is going to happen. Leave that to God. Leave that to the universe. Leave that to infinite intelligence. Leave it to that infinite potential that's in that field of potentiality. Leave it to that. That's that higher self's job, not yours. Okay? Now, here's something else that's very important to understand. Okay? And there are some people that say, it's funny to watch some of these channels sometimes, you know, and I watch a lot of coaches just to kind of see what, you know, what they're talking about and so on and so forth. Kind of get a pulse on what's happening. And there is this movement that's starting to happen that is a dangerous movement. And that movement is that you don't need to have self-concept. You don't need to worry about what the subconscious is doing. Okay? They're starting to get to a point where they're saying that you just decide and then it happens for you. And that there's nothing that you need to do with your self-concept or the subconscious. Okay? Nothing could be further from the truth. I'm going to give you a little experiment. If you have a driver's license and you drive, and you've been driving for a while, I want you to drive and only think of driving. Only put it in the forefront of your consciousness that, okay, I'm stepping on the gas, I'm changing gears, I'm using my left foot for the clutch, I'm braking with my right foot and putting on the, you know, and putting my left foot on the clutch. Okay, for you 20 somethings or something, sorry, you're stepping on the gas with your right foot and then you move your right foot over to the brake pedal. You don't know what a gear shifter is or a clutch is, so we'll go with the automatics for you guys. Okay, sorry. And I want you to, I'm turning on my turn signal to make a right-hand turn. I'm looking at the light. I want you to see how long you can do that with your conscious mind. Okay? Then when you finally get tired of it, you finally get frustrated because you did wander off because you got a text message or the phone rang and you looked at it, you know, it's sitting up on your windshield or your dashboard, and you kind of looked at it and you say, okay, I'll get back to Jenny in a little bit, while you're cruising down the road at 50 miles an hour and you're navigating a turn and you don't even realize it because you're not thinking about it. You know why? Because your subconscious is doing it for you. That's why. So all those coaches that are out there that telling you that you don't need to worry about your self-concept and you don't need to worry about what's happening to your to your subconscious, are dead wrong. Your subconscious does things in the now moment. And it does most of them without your awareness of what's happening. That's why half the time you're driving along and you're having this conversation and you realize you've been having this argument in your head with your boss that's not even there. You're not even at work. It's on a Sunday morning and you're having an argument with your boss in your head, and you've been having that argument in your head for 15 minutes. And you just now realize it. That's your subconscious. That's happening in your subconscious, and it's happening now. Your subconscious doesn't understand the difference between past, present, or now. Everything to the subconscious is now. That's your now moment. That's it. So when you are thinking about something in the past that happened, some event that happened in the past, and you bring it to the now moment, the subconscious goes, okay, I need to show more of this. And then it's no wonder that you keep getting in the same relationship over and over and over again, even though the person that you're getting in the relationship with has a different name from the one you just left. That's your subconscious. And that subconscious is working off of information that you have gathered over the years that you turned into a belief. And now the subconscious is working off of those beliefs. That's your self-concept. And we're going to talk about that more in another video. Right now, the video's going longer than I wanted it to go. But that's why I'm trying to get you to understand that all happens in the now moment. You only have this moment right now. That's it. That's all you have. Okay? And then that moment moves to the next now moment. And these are micro milliseconds. You can make a decision in an instant that changes the trajectory of your entire life. That 4 months from now, you would be a completely different person. Everything in your reality will be completely different based upon that decision that you make, or it'll be more of the same because of what you did in the now moment. Every now moment. Folks, thanks for watching. And if you're interested in working with me, go to the website liveintheend.com and contact me there, or you can contact me at anthony@liveintheend.com, and I will get with you. I will have some stuff up on the website that will shortly that will have different type of programs that we have available and so on and so forth. I do have a large clientele list right now, and coaching at the moment is open until the 1st of December, I believe, is when it'll shut down. But those of you that do have coaching set up for into December, don't worry, everything is fine there, because there is a week where I'm taking off in December, and then I don't think I'll be back until right after the 1st of January. So anyway, thanks for watching, folks, and remember, you've got this.